Hey, brother. More map stuff. D1 hold, the purpose of that, which we did not accomplish. I see that it's targeted for diamond rushing now, but that's actually kind of pointless. We missed the mark on that. D1 was hold. A1 was take. Goal was to get to B1 and race red, which we actually could have done because we were loading D1 faster than red was loading on B1. So we could have actually taken B1. And taking B1 secures the center for us 100%. C1 opens in about 20 minutes. So from here, yellow has to race C2S, which they do have a timer on. So we would have to race them again on C2. But then the center is ours. And from there, C2T would probably be easy to take, but if not, D2S just to block yellow's rotation over here. That is not what ended up happening. What ended up happening was that we closed D1 7 minutes ago instead of holding it. C2S is open now, and thankfully, yellow is not racing it. But if yellow was racing it, this is what the map would look like. And that doesn't benefit us. These timers over here, yellow, someone's got to take it. We control it now, but we've got nowhere to go. D4C is open, but we haven't built to get on it. That's 4 hours out. This is an hour out. So we've got nowhere to go. Someone has to take it, and if we aren't in that sector, yellow will be the one to do it. So this is the current threat, and we're lucky that yellow isn't hitting it right now. They're probably maxed on attrition, because they didn't really race B1 or A1 either, or B1 was theirs. They didn't race A1 or A2S. They're probably maxed on attrition, but reset is in 20 minutes. So I absolutely guarantee you that yellow or green will take this, and then C1 becomes a mandatory race for us. C1 opens in 20 minutes, 18, so announce it as 15 so people show up on time, C1 opens in about 20 minutes, though. And by taking D1 prematurely, we've obligated ourselves to race C1 as well. Because if we do not race and win C1, our D1 timer is 25 minutes behind whoever takes over C1. And our D1 timer is 20 minutes behind that. And they're just going to filter back down the same way that we came up. Goal was to hold D1, load and hold, move to B1, and if we couldn't get that, move to C2 off of C3. We do have a timer there, very, 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 very short timer, but we do have a timer opportunity there, and then come up to C1 here, and hold D1 as long as possible. Right now we're fighting on yellow and red. We're fighting two fronts. So if we can isolate yellow from one side of the map and isolate red from the other side of the map, it's a lot easier to start setting up some timer control in both of those sectors, and then start pushing those guys back round after round. But they're the devil's in the details. Closing D1 puts us behind 25 minutes versus the timer on B2T, right? There's 19 minutes. This is already closed. So by the time this opens and red moves to that, red's possession of B2T, red's possession of that is 30 minutes ahead of our possession on D1. And there's a cyclic pattern in here where D1 hold would have stopped that siphon, if you will. So it's like an anti-siphon. On a side note, I did hit 93 attrition today, so that's pretty cool. Later, brother.